Hello and welcome to this clip on how to make and use flashcards effectively when completing review and consolidation tasks. The examples we're going to use are from Task 3, Lesson 4, from Atoms, Ions and Compounds on the VLE. So I'm just going to focus on the first two parts of the review and consolidation, basically how to make and bootcamp your flashcards, and I'll take a bit of time to talk you through the look, cover, write, check, repeat technique here. So let's have a look at how we use learning outcomes first of all. Going to the independent study, you'll have a set of learning outcomes on each independent study task that you do. These are listed straight from the specification, and they're classified by us according to whether they require recall or examples to help you learn them. Some of them are italicized and grayed out. Those are ones that require a little bit of extra input from your teacher in class, and your lessons will be designed around covering these. So the R means recall based, and the E stands for an example. As a general rule, all of our R-based learning outcomes should have a flashcard done as part of the review and consolidation, but you might also be asked to put a flashcard together to show a worked example to help you practice the technique being described, or calculation, for example. So let's look at how we make effective flashcards. We're going to use some examples linked from the VLE. So this one, you can see it links to this particular learning outcome, because that's where those particular definitions are listed. And what the student has done is that they've highlighted the key terms, including the textbook pages, with some key ideas, and made sure the definitions are correct. These are examples of good definitions, because they've gone straight to the learning outcome and used the textbook, the glossary at the back of the textbook, to complete the definition on one side and the title on the other. So the term to learn is written on one side, and the definition with the keywords underlined is on the other. So this one covers learning the ions, which you've got to go away and do. These are listed on the learning outcomes. These will be the same ones as on the specification, so all of those you have to remember in order to construct a range of different formulae for compounds as the test or exam might ask you to. So again, there's an element of separating things out to make it easier to learn. There's a learning outcome at the top that makes it relevant. The formulae are clearly presented with the correct charges, and there's some examples included at the bottom. This one's about the learning of ion tests. So in the book, there's quite a lot of text that surrounds this. So what's happened is the student has condensed this text down into a nice, easy to remember format. So again, this is an example of one that's a bit more polite because it's in italicized form. So you can see how the student has simplified it. They've used formulae instead of words. They give any additional information, maybe in a slightly different color, to emphasize the importance. They put in ionic equations as opposed to just full balanced ones. So wherever they can, they've condensed down the amount of writing they've had to do. So they've got everything onto one flashcard. It's nice and easy to remember. There's some shortcuts to avoid. So don't use screenshots, because unfortunately that doesn't allow you to as effectively connect what's in the definition with what you need to remember. If you write it down first and then learn from that, that's much more effective in terms of your recall. Google is not advisable, not that there's anything particularly wrong with it, but we don't know whether it's too simple or too complicated just by looking at the links. So therefore we always use the textbook. The BBC GCSE version is a bit too simplistic, as you'd expect from a GCSE website. Wikipedia is a bit too complicated, so the textbook is just right, because the textbook is written by people who write your exams, so therefore they know what level of detail is needed. So a quick look at the look, cover, write, check, repeat technique that was spoken about earlier. First thing is to take your flashcard and have a look at it for about a minute, and then cover it up. So you cover it up and see if you can repeat what you've written. So you don't have to take a new flashcard, you can take a scrap of paper. You don't have to have a cup of coffee in front of you, obviously, but then what you have a look at and see if your version matches the version that's written on the flashcard. And then repeat it as many times as necessary until you get it right. This is called boot camping, and it's really important for your recall. Okay, thanks for listening. Until next time, see you soon.